Good afternoon, my friends. I'm in this area of Jolie Vue, and this is a street that links Jolie Vue, or route interquartier, to the area of Vieux Kouba. And Vieux Kouba is the western part of Kouba. And I dropped off my wife and son at the Kouba Swimming Pool. So there is a beautiful hotel here on the left, Easy Hotel. I've just noticed it, and it's making this neighborhood look really beautiful. Just 20 years ago, this place looked very differently. Of course, it looked more like an old colonial neighborhood. It was nice to see, but today we have got new buildings, just like this one over there, Sweat Zone. I don't know what. Yes, it's such a beautiful building too. So Algiers is becoming more and more beautiful, and it's a resident of Algiers that's telling you this. All right, so now, as I said, I dropped off my wife and kid at the swimming pool, at the Kouba Swimming Pool. Now I'm going to circle this roundabout here just in order to show you around this area. And now I've got to drive back to the swimming pool in order to pick them up. My son is going to finish swimming in about 10 minutes, and his mother is with him. And now I've got to drive back in order to pick them up. Of course, I can't drive to the Kouba swimming pool via the center or the central part of Kouba. I avoid that area as much as I can because there is traffic. I've just driven in that area just 10 minutes ago. I've been to that area some 10 minutes ago, and you know, there was huge traffic there. That's why I'm going to take all this detour here, drive down streets that are where traffic is fluid, in order to make it to the swimming pool. It's going to be a huge detour, yes, but I prefer to do this type of thing instead of you know, getting stuck in traffic for half an hour just to go to a place that's just a kilometer and a half away from where I am. RCK, that graffiti on the wall, and it celebrates the local soccer team. I use this narrow alley as a shortcut in order to join the Lizanacer Road, and I'm used to driving on streets like these. So there is a dead end on the right, and the exit to the Lizanacer Road is this one. Off we go. There is another entrance to Kouba, 100 meters away from here. It's here on the right. It's empty, as you can see, but you shouldn't be tempted to take it here. Kouba, the same, because there's traffic just 20 meters away. So it's not practical at all to drive to the Kouba swimming pool via the center, via the central part of that neighborhood. That's why I'm going to take another route, totally different route. It's going to be longer, both in distance and time, but I don't mind. My only goal is to avoid traffic. And now Yes, because traffic would wear you down. If you want to drive to the city center, you drive straight on. And I'm taking this alley here. There is a psychiatric hospital here on the right. It's the Garidi Psychiatric Hospital. It's here. It's on the right. This is a very hilly street, and the surface is very bumpy. And the reason is that you know, some concrete mixing trucks would drive on it and you know, spill part of their concrete. And now, yes, if you drive straight on, you're going to end up in a dead end. And now I'm going to take this alley instead. And this is, I think, the hilliest part of this street. I've already filmed it in other videos. A pothole here, so I've got to proceed with caution. And when a street is so hilly, it's difficult to drive. It's even difficult for it's even difficult for pedestrians to walk it down, you know. Some kids like to play soccer on the street, especially when the street is safe. Okay, there is a dead end on the right. And now we are back in Kouba. But not in its not in its central part. So now the central part of Kouba is on the right, and of course this is definitely not the place to go. And you know, this road here is going to take us to the area of Panorama, located between Kouba and the Hussein Day. There is a beautiful view here on the left, and the beautiful residential neighborhood here on the right, with some of the most beautiful houses in Algiers. Of course, people living in this very area are very lucky because they have an incredible view of the sea, of the Bay of Algiers. So earlier when we were in the area of Jolie Vue, we saw a hotel, AZ Hotel, and this is another AZ Hotel here. It's part of the same hotel chain, but this one in particular would have an incredible view on the sea. There is another hotel just 100 meters down the road. Further away over there, it's the Lamagas Hotel. It's that white building on the left. So as you can see, Algiers has many new hotels. They are so beautiful. Now if you want to go to Le Fusilier and the city center, you take the left. If you want to go back to the go to the Martyrs Memorial, you take the left too. But we are taking the right here. It's 6:30 and the rush hour is over. Just recently there was a beautiful house here on the right. Now they demolished it and they are going to rebuild it. Let's take this road here. It has less speed bumps and it's more fluid. Traffic there is more fluid. Now if you want to go to Hussein Day, you take the left to the Algiers apartment complex, etc. And If you want to go to the swimming pool, to the Kouba swimming pool, you take the right. If you want, of course, to avoid the traffic jams of central Kouba, just as I am doing. Driving in the direction of City Maya, and usually there is traffic in City Maya too, and that area of City Maya. That's why I'm going to take this road here. There is an apartment complex known as Mer du Soleil here. It has a nice name. Mer means sea. This is French. So Mer is sea, and Soleil means sun. Sea and Sun, the Sea and Sun neighborhood. And this neighborhood here is known as Panorama. Panorama. There is even a street here. I think that it's a dead end and it's known as Panorama. Yeah, sure enough, that's one. That's that street. That's the street I'm telling you about on the right. Okay, there's a private school here, Capucine. Now we are going to join the Hassan al-Basri street. By the way, there is an entrance, or I mean, there is a passage here. There are stairs, a stairway from that street over there that would lead you to the swimming pool. It's over there where that black car is going on the right, over there. Over there, straight ahead. There is a dead-end street there, and there is a stairway that will lead you straight to the swimming pool. But because, you know, our cars can't go down or run down stairways, we've got to make a huge detour in order to go to the swimming pool proper and its parking lot area. Great. And this is the Hassan al-Basri street. This is a residential neighborhood, so you've got to be careful. There are cars coming out of garages and kids crossing the streets and people walking their dogs and all sorts of things around here. That's why you've got to be careful. Plenty of streets on both sides of the street, of this main street. Okay, so City Maya is down there and City Boubaza. I'm going to, oh, it has become okay, they have just placed a no entrance or no entry sign here on the right. They've just placed it. Just a couple of weeks ago I took that street on the right just in order to avoid this little bit of traffic here on the Bash Jarrah road. There is a stop sign here. I've got to stop. Now I am entering Bash Jarrah road. So in order, yes, I would have loved to take that street on the right in order to avoid this little bit of traffic. But now, since there is a no entrance or a no entry sign there, we no longer can use it as a shortcut and the detour in order to avoid this little bit of traffic. But anyways, Hassan al-Basri Street has been very helpful in letting us avoid at least a section of the section of congestion that's behind us, and we have managed to gain a few minutes. That street would have led us here. It would have led us here on the right, as you can see here. So now only cars entering this street from on this side of the road or of the neighborhood are allowed to, you know, to use that street. So you are only allowed to use that street if you enter it on this side of the neighborhood. And there is a tire repair shop here, a small tire repair shop, and that's the tire repair shop where I come in order to fix my tires. These buildings are still under construction. They've been so for some 10 years now. Alright, so now this is where we are going to enter the area of the Kouba Swimming Pool. Saïdoul Mohammed. So this is the Saïdoul Mohammed housing development, also known as the Dallas apartment complex. It's such a quiet and beautiful residential neighborhood. Sidewalk curbs here are very low, and this is to allow drivers to get on the sidewalks, not to park their cars. But here there are people who are parking their cars on the sidewalk, although it's totally illegal, okay? But to let other people pass. You see, I mean, when two cars cross each other on a narrow alley, then that low sidewalk curb would allow them to, you know, get on the sidewalk just in order to be able to pass each other instead of taking turns in passing. But when the streets are too narrow for that, then cars would just take turns passing. And that's the case in most narrow streets. This is the beautiful neighborhood of Dallas. Now if you drive straight on and follow that car on the left, you would arrive, you will arrive in Ben Omar, the southern part of Kouba. But I'm taking this road here in order to go drive straight towards the Kouba Swimming Pool. It took me 18 minutes in order to make this detour, but I prefer. I'm just on time. By the way, it's 6:36. My son comes out of the swimming pool at 6:30, so I'm just on time. Yes, the swimming pool is here on the right. Now I'm going to enter on the right. Enter the alley on the right in order to go pick up my son. I hope that you found this video really interesting. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notifications button in order to receive notifications on my future videos. Drive safely, visit Algiers and all of Algeria. Take care of yourselves and goodbye. And of course now I'm going to turn around in order to go and pick up my wife and son. Take care, bye bye.